See, okay, I think I got this today. I tried to go live for the first time using this desktop version of the live, and the first attempt of it was bad because all I heard was the music. I could not really hear me, and it's because I'm playing with the sound. I like music, right? And by the way, the song in the background, if you can still hear it, is my song. But when I listened back on what I did yesterday, literally I could not hear myself talk. So if you're out there and you can hear me, let me know. If you hear the music and it sounds louder than me, let me know. Because everything I'm doing is still a test at this point. And I want to thank anybody and everybody who stops by and supports us right now, because, this is all a test. But I just want to say thank you for stopping by. I am Capricorntigress of Astrology, ALookInside.com, and I am here tonight to talk about, astrology. And that's the first thing I want to say. I'm here to talk about astrology. Also, if you would like to get a reading from me, all you have to do is send me a rose. If I see a message out there, like a question, or I see that you sent me a rose, I'll pull some cards for you. I've got several decks with me here tonight. In case anyone is interested in card readings, I've got my astrology reading cards here tonight. So if anyone likes astrology card readings, this is something new. So I'm interested in that. I also have my traditional Light Seers Tarot, which I love the Light Seers Tarot. So if you like to use that deck, I have that. Also, I've got my favorite, my Angel Answers deck. This is great if we're just, you have questions like, will Kiki call me tonight? I can answer that with this. Okay. Will Kiki call me tonight? Okay, we got that. And also, I've got my romance answers card. So if it's about romance in particular, and you have a question about romance, I can go specifically romance. Oh, I like to keep my crystals on each one of the decks. And I have my trusty tarot deck, my favorite. This is my Japanese tarot deck. And why I love this tarot deck, I'm going to show you right now. It's one of my favorite tarot decks. One, it's small, it's compact, but they're see-through. I love it. I love that they kind of glisten in the light. So yeah, but that's a traditional tarot. Okay, so all of that is available. All you have to do to get a reading from me, any of those kind of readings, is simply send me some roses, and I'll see you out there, and I'll shout you out with a reading. Okay, that's how I do it. Or you can just ask me a question and send a rose, and I'll do it like that. Okay, but in the meantime, what I want to talk about right now is current affairs, and where the planets are, some of the current affairs, what's going on out there right now. And one of the things I just saw before I came on was that a couple of things. One, Mayim walked out on Jeopardy. Did you know that? Mayim Bialik walked out on Jeopardy? I don't know what's going on with Jeopardy, but yeah, that happened. That's happening right now. I just saw that. But also the other thing was that King Charles officially expelled Harry and Meghan from the royal home. No, they don't care because they're living in California or somewhere right now, right? But, that's the big deal right now, is that they're officially expelled from their royal home, which, did y'all see that royal home? That royal home looked like, I don't know, it looked like a tiny home. They had them living in a tiny home. That's what I'm just saying. I do not think Harry or Meghan is going to miss that at all. Now, I'm getting some of my news right now from MSN. Now, I usually get my news from Google, but I just thought this is just stuff. This is just stuff. So if anyone wants to jump in here about the stuff and say anything about the end quote stuff, then yeah, definitely share whatever is coming on your mind about the stuff. Couple of things, because right now, let me check. I think everything moved into Cancer. Let me just check, because I think before we had something in Gemini, but I think all of the Gemini, I believe, is out, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going to check really quick. And we're just dealing with Cancer planets now, and Taurus. So let me just see. Yeah. So we've got the Sun at 22 degrees of Taurus, and we got Mercury at 5 degrees of Taurus. We got Uranus at 19 degrees of Taurus, and we got the North Node at 3 degrees of Taurus. Mercury and the North Node are conjunct, and the Sun and Uranus are conjunct. The Sun and Uranus being conjunct tells me that anything is possible. So anything that I share, anything that happens, any question, anything that goes on, anything is possible. Anything. I mean, this is just, yeah. And by the way, I promise I will still do my other types of videos where, I walk around and talk, because I love to walk around and talk. But I also wanted to do, my talking head videos, because this is for my desktop. So when I do it, I'm going to be stationary when I do it. So I used to do these kind of stationary videos a lot on YouTube. So I'm familiar with it, but it just feels different because I'm on TikTok. And I'm going to just shut this music off in the background. One, because I don't know if the music again is drowning me out like it did last night. My goodness, or night before. When I went back and listened to that replay, all I heard was the music. The music was great, but I wanted to hear me. And so, so I'm back to talk about that, okay? So, was about the planets. Venus is in Cancer, and that's what I was thinking about, because before it was in Gemini. Venus is at 6 degrees of Cancer already, and that, by the way, is sextile Mercury. They're exactly almost sextile, although Mercury is retrograde. So Mercury, although it's at 5 degrees of Taurus, is going backwards. That's why it's, in my opinion, making an exact conjunction to the North Node, to the true node at 3 degrees of Taurus. And man, Mercury on the North Node, Mercury on the true node. It's like it's time for us to think about what it is we're here to do. And if you've been looking at any of my short videos on the profile, I've been talking a lot about the fact that we're spiritual beings and we're here having a human experience. This has been like on my mind a lot, because I feel like I kind of got that big aha over the last few weeks, like, oh, none of this is real. We're just spirits. And we're here to create the best experience in this lifetime as a spirit. As you know, I also believe that the life that we create is reflective of the spirit that is us. Okay, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to share it again. Years ago, I had went on this retreat. It was this amazing spiritual retreat. To this day, I talk about it because it was so it was like a mind explosion. It changed my life. And I just remember one of the things that they did, they held something called a cocktail party. And I learned a lot about myself at this cocktail party. So what happened was there was maybe about 200, maybe 300 participants in this retreat. And they wanted to simulate a cocktail party. So what they did was they cordoned off like a normal size room, like a 10 by 10 or 10 by 12 area. And slowly they had all of us go into this area, which was the size of a normal sized room, like a party, a cocktail party. So as we all go into this room, it becomes apparent that people are starting to click up, like they're starting to have their conversations in this corner or that corner. Some people are just mulling around. And I realized, one, I'm an introvert. I'm a natural introvert. And I'm also an avoider. I will not lie. It's just my nature. If it gets too ugly, I'm out. I'm gone. I want to live in my beautiful, happy, just fantasy-filled world. That's true. So I went into a corner, and I pray I'm not going to get in trouble for this. I'm just being honest, because I hope honesty is the best policy. And this happened 20 some years ago, so it's nothing that happened recently. But I went into my corner, and I sat down in the corner, and I started smoking an imaginary joint. That's what I did. I sat down. I wasn't talking to anybody. I just was chilling, crossed my legs, started smoking an imaginary joint. And somebody came up to me and says, "Oh, can I get a hit?" I was like, "Yeah." Passed over the imaginary joint. Somebody else came over. "Hey, can I get a hit?" Passed over the imaginary joint. Someone else came over. "Hey, can I get a hit?" Passed over the imaginary joint. Within 20 minutes, my corner had about 30, 40 of people of the party. We were partying. Do you understand what I'm saying? We were all getting stoned. Imaginary. Imaginary high. We were on an imaginary high. And in fact, we got so close in that corner that I met a couple. They were called Kelly and Kelly. It was a girl Kelly and a guy Kelly. And they actually bonded. They were already together, but they decided they were going to get married because of that event. And by the end of the event, they announced their wedding, and they asked me to sing at their wedding, which I did. I sang "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" It was beautiful. But if I had never sat down in that imaginary corner and smoked that imaginary weed that brought over all these imaginary heads, all the tokers, I don't think we would have ever met. We would have just been strangers in this room filled with people. But because I did something that felt comfortable to me, I was able to meet friends that really, I just feel like they changed my life forever. Now, I just had a ring, and Elizabeth Blankenship. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, May Grace. Much love to you, Elizabeth Blankenship. So glad to see you out there. And she said, "Hey, I have not seen you around in so long. Much love to you." She says, "I need help." How can I help you, Elizabeth? Let me know. Let me know. Did you want to get a card reading? Just let me know. I've just been telling people all they need to do is send me a rose, and I will help anybody. But whatever you need help with, just let me know. And I will pull a card for you if you need help. Or even look at your horoscope if you have your horoscope, okay? I just want you to know I'm here for you. So whatever I can do. She says, "It's been a minute." And she says, "I feel the devil is here with me." Ooh. So you've been going through something. Okay. Can you tell me, I'm going to pull, I pulled out my tarot cards, okay? Because I feel like there's a message here. But if you can tell me what your sign is, Elizabeth, that will help me so much as I pull these cards for you. Okay? I'm going to just pull a few cards, but let me know what your zodiac sign is. If you know. If you don't know, just tell me what your Gemini. Oh, Gemini! Okay, I'm going to pull these cards, but I already think I have a feeling what's going on, Gemini. I think I do. Give me a second. Just pulling out a few calls. She says manifestations. Okay. Okay. And just a couple of cards popped up immediately. She says a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money. Okay. Is this money that you have manifested, or money that is it coming in or seeping out? That's the question. Is it coming in or seeping out? She says a lot of money for worldwide. Oh, wow. A lot of money for worldwide. Let me see, how many cards do I have here? 2, 4, 6. Let me get one more. I want to give you, okay, there, it popped right out. Oh, and this was on the bottom. I love that that was hidden on the bottom. Okay, Elizabeth, I picked up some messages here, okay? We're going to talk about this briefly. The first thing I see here, the first card that you got, Elizabeth, was the Devil. Now, I love the Devil. I love the Devil card, only because I'm a Capricorn. And this is usually a Capricorn. But let me tell you something. One of the things that Capricorn rules is business. Capricorns are known for business. So if this is about business, this might be it. She says, no, it's out. So the money is going out. I want you to be careful also, though, because this is the first card of lies, deceit, and deception. I don't know where that could be coming from, any lies, deceit, or deception, but I sense, because that's the first card, and it's the lies, deceit, and deception card, it's the 7 deadly sins card, it's the Devil. And that came out first, but it's crossed by string. And that could be a Leo, but that is about passion, that is about letting you know that you are strong. I think that you are strong enough to overcome whatever lies, deception, and deceit are going on. And also, I think you can maybe fix some things by adding more passion. She says you're trying to save him. Trying to save him. A Knight of Pentacles here. Is this a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Virgo, or is this just about the money? This looks like fighting over the money. Like literally, I feel like you've got to fight for this money. A battle almost for this money with the Knight of Pentacles. Like he's going out to battle for this money. It's going to be big. Okay. Here's what I see here is the 8 of Cups next with this money. Now, I want you to be careful, Elizabeth, because I feel like, yeah, I do sense that with this Knight of Cups or Knight of Pentacles, that something good could be coming in with money. However, with the 8 of Cups right after it, I do sense that you might be walking away to something new, right? She says new world. Right, walking away to something new. Like if whatever you're working on or have been doing has not been bringing you what you wanted, I think you're going to walk toward what works. Okay, something that is actually going to work. And next was the Judgment. So when I see the Judgment card like that, that tells me that whatever is going on, you're at the tail end of it. Like you're about to get whatever answer is due to you because you're at this judgment period. Okay? And I feel like whatever has been going on that might have been causing a problem is about to end. This is the 5 of Swords. This is putting the swords down. This is the fight is over. So if you've been in some battle, like literally if you've been in a battle over this money, I feel like this battle is over. Put the swords down. Okay? Because you had the Judgment and then you had the 5 of Swords right after it. It's something ending. This battle was ended. This battle is over. And now it's time to raise yourself back up again. Maybe with an Aquarius, but you got the star. This is hitching yourself onto a star. A dream. Oh my gosh. So if this is a dream for money and the bad times are over, then hit yourself up to a star, especially if this is with an Aquarius. I sense something good coming in. Oh yes, it's time to make the strategy, the plan of action, to get that passion and fire and drive. The 9 of Wands, you planning it, getting it into action. That is passion and motion. And look, here's the 7 of Cups underneath of that, which, you know, the funny, oh, excuse me. This is the 7, yeah, this is the 7 of Cups. So, you know, the 7 of Cups, you've got so many choices. And yes, it was an Aquarius. Oh, my goodness. See, I love it when the cards are on it right like that. It was an Aquarius, she just said. So I love this. You had the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is great because it tells me you've got choices. You've got choices. You can go this way or that way. But let me just tell you this. Whatever is going on with this money, I want you to be careful, hold on to the money. Like, don't make unnecessary expenditures. Don't make unnecessary investments. This is saying hold on to your money. 4 of Pentacles. Okay, if you can minimize the loss, minimize the loss. But it says for the greater good. Thank you for sending me a rose, Marcus Gowdy. Thank you so much, Marcus. And here we've got the Ace of Cups. This actually ended on the Ace of Cups. So that tells me whatever is going on, at the end of it, you're going to have emotional fulfillment. You're going to be fine. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I got everything I wanted. I got everything I wanted. She says, for the greater good. And I'm going to do a reading. I'll do something for you too, Marcus. But I love that you got it ended on the Ace of Cups like that. That's amazing. I like to pull the cards apart. I want to see if there's any hidden message that I might have missed. Sometimes I miss a hidden message. So let me see. Okay, no hidden messages. There's only one face card though, and that's the Knight of Pentacles. Literally, this Knight of Pentacles, all fighting for this money, is the only face card in the entire reading. So yeah, this is definitely fighting for that money to get whatever that is coming in. And you had 4 major arcana in this reading, and it was the Devil, it was the Strength card, the Judgment, and the Star. So the Devil, the Strength, the Judgment, and the Star. So this could be about money. It's material. It's earthly. So it could be about money. But I sense strength here, and that is your Judgment. I feel like once you hit yourself onto the right star, whether it's an investment or not, I think it's all going to be fine. Because don't forget, you ended on the Ace of Cups. Jesus, thank you. Jesus is so good. Wow, I need to leave him. Well, that's another question, because let's see on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we're going to check that, because you had the 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which is integrity, but it does indicate that you're fighting something. And with this reading, starting with the Devil, I do sense that you're fighting something, Elizabeth. Let me ask that question. Do I need to leave them? I'm going to pull out the Angel Answers deck really quick, just to clarify that message. Okay, let's do that. Sometimes we need to get a clarification. So let's clarify this really quick for Elizabeth. Does Elizabeth need to leave this Aquarius? Because he certainly did pop up when I was doing that reading. So let's see, Elizabeth, if you need to leave this Aquarius. Does Elizabeth need to leave this Aquarius? Let's see what the cards want to tell me. Okay, there's a couple. Wow, this is very specific. This is very specific, Elizabeth. I don't know what's going on. It says specifically no. No. And why not? Because the situation will improve. Oh my God. She says, I'm going to relocate. Now, on the bottom of the deck, it says no need to worry. So I don't know if that's because you're going to relocate without him, or what's going on. But it did say no. It says, you asked, do I need to leave him? And it says no, the situation will improve. Maybe the situation will improve because you're relocating. But she says, okay, yes, okay. That's a very interesting situation. And if you want to get more into this, especially if you like to have an astrology reading where I can look at both of your horoscope charts at your birthdays, and I can tell way more by looking at the astrology charts than just pulling the cards, because right now what I'm doing is what they call divination. But when I pull or do the astrology, then that's actually a reading, like an astrology reading, okay? And I can be way more specific than when I'm just divining with the cards, okay? She says, it's like God and the devil together as one. And the devil came out first in your reading, so I feel like that might be what you're dealing with. God and the devil as one. So you might actually be dealing with that, Elizabeth. So much love to you. And if you would like to reach out to me to get the astrology reading, my website is astrologyalookinside.com. That's astrologyalookinside.com. And you can actually find it. I've got the link in bio, so you can click on it there. She says, trying to save the world. Okay, thank you. Much love to you, Elizabeth. And do reach out to me, because I would definitely love to help you to get to the bottom of this, especially if you're relocating. And I even do relocation charts. Sometimes we're moving and we don't know that if the place that we're moving to is going to be good or positive or not. And I can actually let you know that. I had a client of mine, who moved from Seattle to North Carolina, and then from North Carolina to Las Vegas. Well, I don't know why she was determined to go to Vegas. I told her not to do it, and she did it. And when she did, her daughter didn't come, and she was there alone. And just definitely reach out to me, okay? All right. So I saw that Marcus had given me 4 roses, and as promised, I am doing card readings for people who share roses with me. So if you can share a rose with me, that's great. And Elizabeth says, have a great night. Thank you, Elizabeth. My pleasure. My pleasure. So let's see what messages we have for Marcus Gowdy. What are we going to tell Marcus? See what we are telling Marcus Gowdy. I'm going to pull a few cards for you, Marcus. See what we get. Let's see what we get for Marcus. And Marcus says, will Vankia and I get back together? Okay. Okay. So funny that you asked that question, because the first card I got was a female card. And that's before I ever saw your question. And I saw a female card. So this is obviously, and I tell you what else I'll do. I will pull out, I had a bunch of cards fly out, but I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them. I'll pull answers for you as well, because that'll tell you specifically if you should get back with Vankia or not. Okay, let me pull 2 more, and then I'll tell you what cards came out, and see if it resonates with Marcus Gowdy, and whether he and Vankia should get back together. Now, I had a couple of cards come out. Wow, I'm going to take these cards here because I really want to tell you this message about you and Vankia. So the first card that came out for you, Marcus, was a Queen of Cups. Now, I don't know you and you don't know me. And I don't know if Vankia is a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. But with the Queen of Cups coming up, I'm thinking she either is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. You're a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or one of you guys have Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio rising, because this is the very first card that popped up. Now, on top of that, these cards popped up before I ever saw your question, which was, will Von Kia and I get back together, and he said I'm a Pisces. Isn't this something? And look what happened right after that. We got the King of Cups. I got goosebumps. Oh my God, give me shivers down my spine. We got a couple. It is the Pisces, and here are Pisces. So I don't know if she's a Scorpio or a Cancer, but she probably has Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces rising, because this is a couple, Marcus. This is a couple. And they are in love, and it's an emotional couple. So let's see what's going on, because definitely that is a couple. We're talking about a couple. I feel like with the Eight of Pentacles coming out right after this, she might be a Capricorn, but this is about working. Okay, and in this case, you said I feel like a Gemini. Okay. This is about working, though. This Eight of Cups or Eight of Pentacles that came right after the couple like that. And, it's like working on a new skill, building a new way of doing things. I feel like maybe in this case, this might be in the relationship. She's a Gemini. Okay. So I feel like you need to work on this new way of doing things in this relationship, especially if you're a Pisces and she's a Gemini. Ooh. First of all, all Pisces, it's hard for you this year. You got Saturn in Pisces. You're having a Saturn return. I pray you're not anywhere between the ages of 27 and 30. But this is a year of Saturn returns for Pisces. So you could be feeling something. And it may be that work is interfering. That's another thing that could be happening with the Eight of Pentacles coming up right after the couple. He's said 40. Okay, good. Then you're not in the middle of a Saturn return. That helps. But maybe work is something that's affecting the couple. And I do sense it has something to do with money. We had the Eight of Pentacles. Now we got the Four of Pentacles. This is holding on to your money. It may be that the Gemini wants to spend too much money or thinks you don't have enough money. I don't know what the money has to do with everything, but it is popping up. And here is the Three of Pentacles that pops up here. And with the Three of Pentacles, I sense there might be somebody else involved in everything. So that could be it. I mean, if you're dealing with a Gemini, I'm going to just stop and keep it real. If you're dealing with a Gemini, Geminis have this weird need almost to be with multiple people. I don't know what it is. It's just part of Gemini. And there might be another person. I'm not saying they're cheating. It might just be flirtation. They like to flirt. So that could be it. But working with another person might be something that's beneficial. I'm not sure. I just sense creativity. Here's the Empress. This is usually Virgo, but this is also creativity. Lots of creativity going on here. Maybe being really creative with the relationship, because here's the Two of Cups. That's the relationship card. I sense a lot of creativity, but also with the Empress, you can get a new beginning. When you put that passion and that drive, and you put a plan in action to get a new start in this relationship, it is possible, Marcus. It is. But I feel like with this is the Six of Swords. And this can be either you moving away from this relationship, or the Gemini, moving away from the relationship. But it could literally just be mentally moving away. And when I see this, especially because it was right on the Nine of Wands, this is like a plan to move away. I don't know if Von Kia is making a plan, because look, the relationship card was right before it. So I don't know if Von Kia was making a plan to get away, to start something new, because right before that was the Empress. That's being creative, starting something new. So if it's not you, then maybe it's Von Kia. And if it's not actually leaving or moving, it's mentally moving. Okay. But does that mean it's over? No, because you have the Wheel of Fortune. And I love that this Wheel of Fortune is technically the 10th card, because you got an 11th card. But I love that this is technically the 10th card, because that's technically the end of the reading. And it ends on the Wheel of Fortune. What does that mean? That means it ends on like a lottery card. Like you got a lottery ticket, basically. It could go any direction. It could go left, right, up, down. This is about what you put into this relationship. And also whether or not Vankia is on the, looking for some more excitement to start something new outside and looking to leave the relationship. If that's not you looking to leave the relationship, looking to relocate, then that might be Vankia. At the last card, like I said, there was an 11th card. It was the Strength card. So I feel like with this is about passion and lust. Look, can I keep it real? This is an adult show. We started out with the couple and we ended with the passion, okay? That's Leo, that's passion, that's fire, that's lust. So if some of that passion has not been in this couple's relationship, that could be why somebody is thinking about walking away. Okay? So I'm going to look at what's on the bottom of the deck. And then I'm going to do this. Yeah, look, Knight of Swords. There's fighting. And I just feel like you can have victory, but you might have to fight for it. You'll have to fight to save this relationship. I'm not saying Vankia is cheating. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying the potential of somebody trying to walk away is there. Or move away from maybe fighting or what's not working. Yeah. I also sense the potential that there could be somebody else in this relationship. But at the end of the day, though, I think you and Vankia are a couple. You are the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups came out together. I think this might be your queen, or you wanted her to be your queen. I mean, she's a Gemini, so that could be an issue. And I'm going to say this, and I don't want you to take affront to this, or any other Geminis, but Geminis are the biggest cheaters of the zodiac. That's what they do. Geminis like to flirt. They're natural flirters, and they like their self-esteem almost is based on getting the attention from those flirtations. So I'm not saying that Vankia is cheating. I'm just saying she might be flirting. It might just be talking, communicating with some third party, because they like to talk, they like to communicate. But I'm going to pull the angel answers. This tells me specific yes, no type of answers, and I don't want to say that for sure about Vankia if it's not true. So let's see what these cards tell me about Marcus and Vankia. What is going on with Marcus and Vankia, and is there anything going on with Marcus and Vankia? Should they stay together? Should they break up? What's going on? What do you suggest here? What message should I tell Marcus about him and Vankia? What message should I share with Marcus about him and Vankia? What message are we sharing with Marcus about him and Vankia? Show me clearly what cards to pull out for Marcus about him and Vankia. Show me clearly. Show me clearly. Anything else? Let me know. Marcus and Vankia. Marcus and Vankia. Marcus and Vankia. Okay, there we go. So this is what I've got. Got a couple of cards here. The first card you got is opportunity. And Marcus just says, I think she's seeing someone else. I do too. I think she might just be flirting. I can't be sure, but I don't want you to be taken by surprise if she suddenly leaves or something like that, because we did have the Six of Swords, which is her just literally moving. Okay, but I don't know if that's... I sense there's an opportunity, though. There is an opportunity here. And I think you can have big happy changes. Now, whether or not these big happy changes are because she's leaving, or whether or not these big happy changes are because whatever has been going on ends and it all works out. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. It says remain positive. It says a year from now too, a year from now. But it says to wait. And I think this is it. Let me see on the bottom of the deck. Oh, it says wait to let go. On the bottom of the deck it says let go. So a year from now, let go. I don't sense let go right away. Maybe within a year she might come clean. But I just sense that it's flirtation. Like there's communication maybe with someone else. I sense that you two were the couple. I mean, the Queen and the King of Cups. I mean, emotions. They came out back to back on top of each other. So maybe if this is a situation where she is talking to someone else, unless you end it, I don't see that it may not end for about a year, if at all. I mean, things might work out within a year, but it did end on let go. I hope that helps, and that it may not be what you wanted to hear, but it is the cards that came out. So I hope that helped, Marcus, and much love to you. Thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate your gifts, and you're another one. If you would like to learn more or go into deeper detail, like share her birthday, your birthday, get more into details, reach out to me at astrologyalookinside.com. That's astrologyalookinside.com, and I can do a professional astrology reading and get to the bottom of things, okay? Much love to you. Many blessings. So you guys, I am going to do one other thing. As I was doing before, I was talking about, some of the current affairs, because I'm going to talk about these current affairs this week, because I feel like some of these are the things I really want to talk about. So one of the things I definitely wanted to talk about was the fact that they had said that the Kelly Clarkson show is a toxic work environment. Now I have not really sat down and watched the Kelly Clarkson show, but the idea that they're saying that it's a toxic work environment, like what? What is going on there? Like, what is happening? Let me just click to be nosy. Hold on. Let me see what they're saying about Kelly Clarkson and her work environment. They're saying the staffers are saying that it's toxic. They're not telling me why, though. It's just one of those things. Oh, they said an expose was published in Money Talks News. It doesn't really give me any real details about it. Also, another one, the girl that made herself over, was it Christina Ashton Gorkani? She made herself over to look like Kim Kardashian. She died. And she was really super young. And so that's another bit of gossip fodder that is up there. So and another thing, because I'm always talking about the king. King Charles' coronation ceremony drew in far less viewers than the Queen's funeral. They said he drew in just 20 million viewers, which the Queen's funeral had almost 30 million viewers. And they said the largest viewership was around 15 million viewers on the BBC One. And they said it also underperformed the wedding of Prince William, which had 20 million viewers on BBC. So, yeah. I've got on my page, if you like to go and check it out, there's this thing I saw where they said it was Scots, but they were just screaming, not my king, and just singing songs. It was just hilarious. But this is what we're seeing now. I mean, I'm sorry, I got stopped in my tracks. So I was just listening, and I don't even know if you can hear this sound bite
happening again.
Wait a minute. It's Anderson Cooper. But this is hilarious because I can't believe he actually made this.
Not hearing from, maybe you haven't been paying attention to him
since
he left office. Maybe you've been enjoying not hearing from him, thinking it can't happen again. Some investigation is going to stop him. Well, it hasn't so far. So if last night showed anything, it showed it can happen again. It is happening again. He hasn't changed, and he is running hard. You have every right to be outraged today and angry and never watch this network again. But do you think staying in your silo and only listening to people you agree with is going to make that person go away?
So Anderson Cooper was saying he apologized to his audience for the CNN town hall with Donald Trump. And he said to CNN viewers that they have every right to never watch that network again after the Trump town hall. I want to say that I'm outraged as well. We're finally taking down some of the lies from Fox News, and Fox is in the midst of even more lawsuits, y'all. Like giving away almost $1 billion was not enough, and firing Tucker Carlson. But it's even going to be deeper. They've got another major lawsuit. So the idea that CNN would put this man on and have a town hall, I didn't watch it, but I heard it was horrendous. And it's sad. This is, to me, one of the most disgusting things I've ever experienced in my lifetime. And I am old enough that this should not be occurring, okay? But it's...
Maybe you haven't been paying attention.
Hold on, let me just set this off. But it's just the idea that they would put in a criminal. I don't want a criminal as my president. And before, you could make pretend that he wasn't a criminal, right? There was what they call the dissidents, right? Just people were in that they were making pretend. Everything has been making pretend. Because first of all, Trump's a Gemini, so it's all make pretend anyway. But being in that dissonance, being in that, like, I don't know, it's like the dark place. I feel like these people are brainwashed because there's no way any other candidate or president or anyone would ever be able to do some of the things this person did and then try to put their bid in. They should never even be allowed near the presidency. And I feel like it's disgusting that there are even people that are promoting it. That's the last person in the world I want as my president. He did a horrible job the first time. I don't think he was the president the first time. But I definitely don't want that guy in as my president. He's horrendously bad. And it's criminal. And the idea that people go, oh, they're attacking him, they're coming after him because he's running for president. No, we're going after him because we don't want that criminal as our president. We're going to throw everything at him. Throw the book at him, the toilet at him, the kitchen sink at him. Because if he's been dirty, everybody needs to know that he was dirty and not let this guy run for office. Now, why would we allow such a thing? We will be the laughingstock of the world. Nobody will respect America ever again if we allow a criminal of that stature into the office as our president. And all of his cronies are also going down. Did you see about George Santos going down? They're all going down. Why? The same reason why Fox was hit with almost $1 billion lawsuit. Because they've been lying. They've been lying. So when are you going to wake up? Like, I'm sorry if it doesn't fit your own narrative, but they are lying about everything. And there's never been any of it. This guy is dirty. I have been saying that this guy's been dirty since the 1980s. 80s. We're in 2023. And y'all still haven't picked up. That's 40 years. I swear the first expose I saw on Trump was in 1980. maybe 81 at the latest. So it's kind of a weird thing when I hear people, I don't know, like compare him to Jesus almost. And I'm like, what are you drinking? What drug are you on? This is not that guy. And I don't know how we even stop people from believing that this guy is that guy. So, and here's the thing. Every time I talk about Trump, I notice I get no viewers, no likes, because you guys are brainwashed. You're still brainwashed. You still want to believe what? What do you think he's going to do for you? What do you think the criminal is going to do for you that he couldn't do for his own companies, which have all now been declared as illegal entities, pretty much? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, after the first time, like they said, if someone shows you who they are, you believe them. He's already showed us who he is. Why would we go back to that? Like, there's a couple of presidents I might go back to. He's not one of them. That's the last guy that we need. I take that back. I think DeSantis might be worse. But I don't even know who would be worse. Either one of them, they're not viable candidates. I will vote for any Democratic candidate over either one of them. I don't care who it is. It's just not going to be either one of them. And that's just the reality of that. I would never do that. Now, here's the thing. I've posted some alignments about clarity and about our brain, like our heart brain, stuff like that before. I'm going to just say this and then I'm going to go, because I tend to run off at the mouth, and I'll just stay on forever talking about the stuff I like to talk about. But I'm going to say this. I tried to do this the other night, and I wasn't able to do it because the music was so loud that you really couldn't hear me. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to download some intentions, okay? And I hope that this is going to help whoever hears this. So first, I just want us to get into a deep place, and I think I will just do, I'm going to do this Heart of Creation really quick, just so that I can heal internally, and when I'm sharing this, that it's also feeling as though it's something that can heal you, and that it's positive for you. So yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is just say, I'm going to grab my crystal and hold on to that, and then just ask you to take a deep breath. And close your eyes, centering yourself in your heart, taking a moment to call back all of your awareness, all parts and aspects of you, bringing your awareness fully into this now moment. Begin to breathe slowly and deeply in and out of your heart, imagining that you can breathe from your heart. Breathing in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathing out, exhaling for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your awareness to the light that surrounds you. This is a beautiful pink light, the pink light of compassion. Breathing this light in allowing these particles of light to begin to merge into your body, filling your heart and filling every cell and molecule of your body. Gathering this energy into the center of your heart, expanding your heart and forming a beautiful ball of light. From this ball of light in the center of your heart, send down a grounding cord. Send this cord down from your heart, down your legs, out your feet, into the Earth Star Chakra, about 12 inches below your feet, into the earth, going through all the layers of the earth until you come to the crystalline core of Gaia, where you will see, feel, or imagine a warm golden light. This is the heart chakra of Gaia. Connect your grounding cord into the heart of Gaia, feeling the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia. And begin to draw the unconditional love and support, the golden light, back up through your cord into your Earth Star Chakra, into your feet, up your legs, into your root chakra, your sacral, navel, solar plexus, into your heart, seeing or feeling your heart expand. Send a beam of light from your heart, pulling that golden light from Gaia, from your high heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, up into your soul star chakra, about 12 inches above your head. Sending your beam of light up, 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 connecting in with your higher self, calling forward your I am presence, your divine creator self, connecting in with your higher self, and calling for your I am presence, the divine creator self, and connecting this beam of light from your heart into the heart of your higher self. Feel the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of your higher self. Send your beam of light up, 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 up past the universe, past the multiverse, as far as it can travel, until it reaches the beautiful iridescent light of the heart of creation. This is the energy of all that is. This is pure creation energy. This is where all potential and possibility exist. Connect your beam of light into the heart of creation. Anchor it in there and allow yourself to soak in that pure energy of all that is, feeling the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Creator. Begin to draw that iridescent light down your beam of light into your soul star, into your crown chakra, into your third eye, your throat, your heart, your high heart, seeing your heart expand, allowing this beautiful iridescent light to flow into your heart, merging with the golden light from Gaia and the pink light of compassion, creating a beautiful iridescent rose gold light. Allow this light to fill every cell of your body, expanding this light out beyond your physical body, going out 12 feet in all directions, forming a beautiful ball of iridescent rose gold light that you are in the center of. Now take a moment here to feel how loved and nurtured, safe and protected that you are in this space, and breathe in this iridescent rose gold light into your heart with every breath, feeling the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia, and your heart and the heart of Creator, and your heart and the heart of your higher self. Now take a deep breath. And center yourself in the most sacred space of your heart. So what I wanted to do is bring in a few intention downloads, okay? And this is to download intentions and what it feels like, so that it's real for you, and to get rid of what might not be working, but to bring in what works. So the first is, I know what it feels like, or what it feels to have discernment. I know what it feels to have discernment. I know what it feels to have integrity. I know what it feels to be protected. I know what it feels to be a magnet for abundance through doing sacred work. I know what it feels to be living the full expression of my divinity now. I know what it feels like to be awake, conscious, and more aware than ever before. I know what it feels to be perfect, whole, and complete representation of the divine. I know what it feels to be in alignment with my soul's divine purpose. I fully embrace and understand the truth of myself and who I am. I know how to be my authentic self at all times and in all situations. I know what it feels like to stand in my truth and in my divine power. I know what it feels like to be divinely protected and divinely guided. I know what it feels like to be guided and protected by pure, unconditional love. I know how to identify my innate, unique gifts and abilities and how to use them to serve others and my own divine purpose. I know what it feels like to live with passion. I know what it feels like to reach my highest potential in this life. I know what it feels like to understand my purpose. I know what it feels like to take inspired action. I know what it feels like to plan and follow through with my plans. I know what it feels like to understand divine timing. I know what it feels like to take care of myself. I know what it feels like to be my highest and best self. I know what trust feels like. I know who is trustworthy. I know what it feels like to be trustworthy and to be trusted. I know what it feels like to love myself. I know what it feels like to be nurtured. I know what it feels like to give nurturing. I know what it feels like to know my heart, to know my desires. I know what it feels like to understand my purpose. I know what it feels like to take inspired action. I know what it feels like to be my highest and best self. I know what it feels like to give nurturing, and I know what it feels like to be nurtured. I know what it feels like to love myself. I know what it feels like to know my heart and to know my desires. I know what it feels like to be healed. I know what it feels like to accept a healing and to keep it without giving it any of it away. I know what it feels like to be perfectly healthy and pain-free. I know what it feels like to be at home in my body, in my family, and on this planet. And I know how to stay in my body. I know how to love and accept my body. I know how to cherish my body. And I know what it feels like to be my highest and best self. And I know how to be an independent being. I know what it feels like to hear no from others without being hurt or upset. And I know what it feels like to let go of what's not in my highest and best good. I know what it feels like to be connected to God, Creator, Source at all times. And I know what it feels like to be connected to Mother Earth at all times. And so we're just going to say this noun in divine love and light, create an intention, download, Creator, change it. Okay, Creator, change it. And I hope that whoever this was meant to help tonight, that it got to the right soul, that it got to the right ears, that it got to the right heart for whoever was meant to hear this. I want to also bring in this alignment, two alignments. One is giving away your power and activating your power, and the other is heart brain. So with giving away your power and activating your power, it's, we give away our power for many different reasons, often without consciously being aware of why. But this creates all sorts of complications and blocks in our energy system, which then manifest as issues such as resentment toward others, guilt about owning our worth or claiming our desires, and feelings of resistance and deep discomfort around power itself. we start to feel that power is bad, that power is wrong, and then it causes us to continue giving away our true power that is our birthright. So this alignment will solve oaths, vows, and contracts that we made to give away our power for any reason, unworthiness beliefs that are causing us to give away our power, guilt and resentment related to all of this, and it brings in and activates our true power and ability to be safe in our power and to own our power and to use it in the highest and best way. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring in is heart brain, the heart brain. And the reason for that is the heart contains a little brain of its own that is extremely powerful. This heart brain contains over 40,000 neurons that can sense, feel, remember, even learn. And this is one of the biggest reasons why our hearts play a critical role in decision making and relationships with others. We can think and feel with our hearts in ways that our brain and our rational mind simply cannot. And this heart brain allows us to reach and access information and consciousness that we cannot begin to imagine, which gives us a tremendous advantage in our work as healers. So this alignment will activate and amplify the 40,000 neurons in the heart. So we are deeply connected to and can easily tap into the heart brain power that is available to us at any time. And this alignment helps us to easily be in our heart, live from the heart, connect with the heart when interacting with others, and helping us to make choices and decisions that are in alignment with our soul purpose and our soul path. So in divine love and light, create a sacred light belief healing, creator, change it. So you guys, I wanted to come and do what I did tonight. I've noticed I have not many people here with me tonight, but that's fine. It's still been an honor and a pleasure to be here and to share what I was able to share here tonight. Much love to you. I promise I will be back and I will share more information the next time. Many blessings. Bye.